find more value in actual videos than live because
we'll do that then.
All right,
because it turns into us not necessarily entertaining, but we have an audience to interact with. So
versus just us getting to the point, which we're eventually going to get to the point.
But essentially, you had to see. Well, I mean, right now is your point of seeing how destructive your past behaviors have been, how what you have the fruit, not with quotes, but the fruit that you have of this relationship is something that you can't eat that. It's moldy. You can't eat it. So how can you regrow? And you've regrown to the point that we literally are inseparable. Inseparable in a sense that it's mental inseparation. I don't know.
In separation. Make up your own words.
Ooh, you're so right.
Mm-hmm.
Mental separation instead of us physically being like, hey, I can't go unless my mom's there. Like, I want to be away from you.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that I'm currently doing to be away from you aren't things I want to do at all. Like, I don't want to go to work for 10 hours, but I do it. And that just happens to be the time I spend away from my mom. Mm-hmm. So it's about me also transitioning into doing things that I want to do without my mom.
Yeah, well, you're seeking your independence, but you're not seeking your independence just for independence sake. So we all seek independence from our family, whether it's because as soon as I turn 18, I'm up out of here. Some of y'all up out of here before then. Like, your home situation is so terrible. Parents, pay attention to that. Your children are running away from you, and that's not supposed to be happening. But we all want to put our stake in the ground. I was here too, right? We want to plant our flag. And it's for us to position our children to be secure enough that they can choose when they step off and plant their flag. We don't want our children to allow society to believe I'm 18, I need to go put my flag in the ground. I don't know what the hell I'm doing because I haven't prepared myself the least to be an adult, except for the mentality of I'm grown. I'm going to go get money. That's not adulthood at all, and that's why the world looks the way that the world looks. But your desire to spread your wings and fly is natural. You just have the luxury of developing yourself to the highest capacity before you do so. So it's actually a blessing. And this is also a manifestation of our love growth because you're here. You're not running from me. You know, if it was the old energetic manifestation,
definitely. Even
when I kicked you out, it was like, you know, I'm not putting you in a position where this isn't an angry get out. This is if you can't respect me, you're going to have to leave my space. And you have 30 days to figure out.
Right, and it wasn't like I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. Well, although going out on your own is very good, it wasn't like I'm like, okay, now I need to find an apartment to do by myself. That is going outside of the means of what I have. Like, if I'm making roughly 1.5K a month, that's not going to be enough to sustain any sort of, yeah.
You now have to go get roommates. You have to go live with people you don't want to live with. You are forcing your children into dangerous situations simply because you can't figure out how to get along with that which you birthed, that which you raised. You didn't raise it. You didn't. You just housed it. Raising is intense. Raising a child is freaking intense. I can't get rid of this thing. Like, she's just like, here. As soon as I open my eyes, hi, Mom, how are you? I'm just like, she's like, we're inseparable. Yeah, because you won't leave me the hell alone. And now I got that by 4.
It's funny because I try to give her time. Like this morning, I texted her and like I stayed in my space. But as she's texting me back, I come in the room and I'm like, hey.
I'm like, let me get through these texts so I can get to my business before she shows up. But of course, I'm in the middle of a text to her when she shows up, which is fine because she allows me to spend time with her my way. This is what I love doing, so I can do this. Now, there's other children that come to me and they want to talk about worldly things, and I have to endure that. And I'm going to be honest. People are like, oh my God, your truth is so abrasive. Can we be truthful so that we can grow out of these spaces? I don't care if my truth offends you. I don't understand why my life offends you. What does my life have to do with you? But that's your business. But there's some children who come to me and want to talk about worldly things, and I'm just like, okay. But as long as that child allows me to take that worldly conversation and pivot to growth opportunities, now we're having both of our conversations. Now I can give you more of my time. But if you want to transfer your what's the word? Agenda.
I knew it.
You want to transfer your agenda to me, but I cannot move in my agenda with you. I'm going to check out of the conversation, and you're just talking at me at that point. And I'm listening for keywords that I could, like Talking Tom, repeat the last 5 words that you said to me to let you know that I'm listening to you. So you have to be able to move in each other's agenda to grow each other.
Exactly. And that's about awareness.
It's about love manifestation. I need her to be her highest potential, which also means I have to come into my highest potential. I can't be so prideful, which is a mental illness. I can't be so prideful to the space where I'm not willing to admit that I'm not my best self. There's always growth potential because there's always another day. Dog, you, cut it out. Tomorrow's always going to come. And as long as tomorrow's always going to come, you have growth potential. Because if you are not spending today learning something new that you can apply to tomorrow, you're wasting your life. So for you to say, I'm who I am, the moment you locked into who you are is the moment you stunted your growth. So.
Right, you chopped your legs off.
Chopped them off.
That's one thing. Is that I'm so happy that I'm meeting people who instantly know, dang, you're different. Like you're not just you're not just a regular female, because females are perceived to be nurturing and X, Y, and Z, but majority of society, they're just topically nurturing. They don't they're more self-centered in nurture, not give to receive, and it's more of, I wouldn't say manipulation, but they use it to coerce people.
Get what they want.
Exactly. It's not
self-serving.
It's not genuine. So when I met with people who were like, wow, you're something I haven't experienced before. You're something that, like, I needed to hear that today. Like, I get those responses so often these days, and it's like, I'm just popping out real quick. And me, it's already night. Like, I'm getting past the vulnerable state of, like, oh, this person wasn't expecting this response, so don't give it to them because they're just expecting like a flame emoji or something. But it's like, no, just say it. And they truly needed to hear it.
Yeah, when you move in love, and we understand that love isn't love. Love is patient, love is kind, love. Do you understand? So we can't oh, I love you. Well, what does that look like? What is love? Let's spell it out. And we know that love needs to be spelled out because it's spelled out in whatever your chosen holy book is.
It always is.
It's spelled out. It's not just God is love. Because if you go to other verses, it'll tell you exactly what love is. So now as humans, if you come to someone and say, I love you, okay, thank you for loving me. What does that look like? Spell it out for me, and I can decide if that is a manifestation of love that I want to align with. If I don't want to align with your love, then I have choices to make.
It's like someone's like, I love you because you do things for me. I love you because you're there for me. I love you because you feed me food. Like,
now if we look at Andre, I do love you. I. All of his manifestations are performative. So now we're looking at the Queen Maker, who says a man's value is what he can do. A woman's value is what she brings. And I am freaking value with $0 in my bank account and not an asset to my name. I am extremely valuable. But a man's value is what he can bring tangibly in the physical world. So now that means that's not good or bad. That is, we have 2 different jobs, and the problem is we trying to do each other's job. But I'm gonna get to that in the next video.